welcome back to my channel and welcome to my channel. If you are new here, I'm Jahan and today I'm going to be telling you how I got my Pochette Metis. So if you like this type of video, don't forget to subscribe and give this video a like because it really helps my channel. So what I thought I'd do is tell you a really quick story time about how I bought my Pochette Metis, when I bought it and the experience, and whether I would recommend that boutique again. So I bought my Pochette Metis from the Louis Vuitton store on Bond Street in London. But that wasn't where I was initially going to buy it. I originally went to Selfridges in London first, and that's on Oxford Street for those of you who don't live in London. And I really wanted to buy it from there because I'd been in and out of that there before and had good customer service. And I just like Selfridges anyway because it's an easy place to go and compare all the bags and decide which one you want because everything's on one floor. So it's a really easy shopping experience if you like luxury bags because you can have a look at all the things that you might have considered and then decide, yeah, this is definitely where I want to go. So with the Pochette Metis, I had looked at this bag for quite some time anyway, and I had already decided that this is the bag that I want. I'd looked at it in the coated canvas and in the leather and decided, yes, leather is definitely more my style and it would fit in my wardrobe more. It doesn't mean I don't like the coated canvas, it's just my preference of leather over canvas. So when I went to the store in Selfridges, I was given an essay, told him what I liked, and I just wanted to have a look at again, just to be sure. These are things that I think you should look out for and make sure you do when you go to boutique. Is although I had my heart set on the leather, I still asked to look at the coated canvas again and try them on again. So the essay is there to help you make your purchase, and you don't want to, as much as you don't want to feel like you're wasting their time, if you are planning and have the intention of parting with £2,000 for a bag, then it's not a waste of time, it's just assurance for you as the consumer to go and make sure you're making the right decision. So I went in there, asked for both bags, he was really helpful and brought both bags out to me, and I tried them on and I said, yeah, this is the leather one, I definitely want it. As we were talking, he could see that I was definitely going to buy it. He could probably tell all the buying signals. I'd actually already been to Chanel, so I was holding a Chanel bag too. So he probably thought, yes, this is somebody who's going to part with money. I think they have all these probably buying signals when you work in retail. I've worked in retail before. You can't always spot it, but there are buying signals that you can tell from customers to think, yeah, that person's going to spend money here today, I'm going to spend a bit more time. He then went to go and get a twilly for me, which is the scarf that usually sits on the handle here, and started saying, oh, that would really suit the bag. And as we were talking, he was wrapping it and it looked really beautiful in the bag. And the twilly was about £200. I had no intention of going in there buying a twilly. I knew my budget, I knew what I wanted to spend, and I had no intention. So that's another thing to look out for, is to say, like, if I didn't have the intention of buying a twilly and spending extra £200, would I buy it now just because of the excitement of the sale? And also just stopping to think, like, everything is just time and perspective, and stopping to think, what could I spend that £200 on, and how often would I wear that twilly? Like, if it's not on my bag, am I going to wear it around my neck? Am I going to wear it in my hair? What's the cost per wear going to be? Is that £200 better off spent on a small leather goods somewhere else if that's what I want to do? You can buy small leather goods from Mulberry, or you're almost there with YSL or something like that if you want a small leather good. Is that £200 going to serve me better somewhere else? And in that moment I was thinking, no, it looks so beautiful in the bag, and it really did. The way they wrap the twillies, like, I couldn't do that at home without a lot of practice, which was also, that's what made me really stop and pause, because I just thought, if I take this off the bag, I'm not going to make it look as nice and it's going to look ridiculous, and then it would have been a waste of £200. And it's beautiful silk and it's a beautiful piece of material, but I thought, no, I'm going to stop. And I debated. Luckily I went with my mum, and my mum looked at me and said, oh, it looks really pretty, and in a very polite way she was like, but will you use it? And that kind of made me feel like, nope, I don't want it, which is really helpful if you go shopping with somebody who has that mindset of, who's going to question, saying, do you really need that on top of the bag? The bag's already beautiful enough. So that was really helpful. So as I looked at the bag with a twilly on, the thing that I noticed about the Pochette Metis when I picked it up is that it wasn't straight. None of this embossing lined up on the bag that he showed me, and the lock was slightly wonky. He then started to apply the pressure, which is something that I really want you to look out for when you are shopping. Most of the time, 9 times out of 10, you're going to get a really good experience inside these boutiques. That's why they're hired, because they can offer a really good experience to their customers. But there are times when you will get that pushy person that will try and make you make a purchase that isn't good for you. And basically he said that, you know, these are handmade, nothing's going to be perfect. You know, it's not like it's just like making lots and lots and lots on a conveyor belt. They're never going to be perfect, and this one you can't, it's beautiful. And he tried to make out, and he was squashing the bag, like trying to like squash it down and say, no, it's not wonky and all that kind of stuff. And I really stopped and looked at the bag, and I think he could already tell that I was like, no, this isn't going to happen. Because for me, it was a bag that I wanted for some time. I don't rush luxury purchases. I'm not that person, and I don't think I even, if I had infinite funds, I wouldn't be that person, because I'm really careful about what I want to buy. And even if you could buy 10 of them, I still want to make sure they're correct. So I stopped and I looked at the bag, and I looked, like, just really made sure it wasn't just me. Got my mum to have a look and just see what I mean. And so I asked him, can you call the Louis Vuitton store on Bond Street, please, and just see whether they've got another one there. And they did have another one there. I don't think he was best pleased, because I think he was almost at the sale, and actually the tone of this customer service did change a little bit when I started questioning about it. But I think that anyone buying luxury and spending money, actually, even if it's not luxury, it's your money that you're parting with, and you need to be really sure that you're happy with what you're purchasing, however much pressure they put on. If the bag isn't perfect, if things don't line up, if the locks don't feel right, if the zips feel stiff, don't purchase it, because there's definitely going to be another one that's made in another store, which is going to be perfectly made. It might just be a dodgy one that they've been trying to get somebody to buy, because I think that's probably part of it as well. They might pull them out and think, maybe this one we could sell it this time, because they don't want to send stock back. But I think that it's better for you to wait and get the right one, the one that you actually really, really want. So that's what I did. I then went to Bond Street, which isn't far, it's about another 7-minute walk from Selfridges, and had a look in there. Spoke to a really nice SA there, who actually I've spoken to before when I originally tried it on when my friend and I went into London, and we were trying on some bags, and he was actually the person that helped me originally. He got the bag for me, I checked the bag over. Funnily enough, he said the same thing. They're all not going to look the same, they're not all going to be perfect, etc, etc, etc. But I did search the bag, and I told him why I came here, because I checked the other one and it wasn't perfect, and this one was. It was perfectly aligned, like the symbols all matched up. It looked like the one piece of fabric that you want it to look like, and I was super happy with the purchase. He didn't try and sell me a twilly, he didn't try and upsell me anything like that, because I think I was really kind of assertive, like, I've come here, I just want to get this bag, this is what I want. It was a really nice, polite exchange, and he gave me lots of samples of perfumes to go with my bag as well. So I just wanted to give you a quick story time about how I bought this bag, because the message I want to give to you is just to make sure whatever your purchase is, whether you're spending £10 or £2,000 or £10,000 or whatever, make sure you're really happy with what you're buying. Don't let anyone force you to purchase something that you're not happy with. Don't let anyone force you to purchase something because maybe they don't think you know what you're talking about, or making you feel like you're not good enough to be in the store, because I think sometimes that can be a bit of a factor, because you know what looks good. You've probably looked at this bag and lusted over the bag for a really long time, so you know what good looks like. You know what you've watched all the YouTube videos on the bag, you know how things line up, you know people who've had experience of things that haven't lined up. So make sure that you're walking out with what you love and the purchase that you want, and don't be pushed or rushed into any kind of purchase that you don't want to do. Let them know that actually that's not what you came for. Can you show me another one? Because they do have others in the back. The guy who told me in Self just told me that was the last one left, and I think by him telling me it's the last one left, he probably lost out on a sale then, because he could have easily just got another one for me to compare, like the guy did in the Bond Street store. So that's the moral of the story. I hope this is helpful, and I hope that when you make your next purchase that you ask all the right questions and walk out really happy and satisfied with your new purchase. I hope to see you in the next video, and take care.